guys, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Natasha.
And we were wondering,
are you free for coffee?
Welcome.
Hey!
Hi, guys.
You can see our faces.
Yeah.
This is so different.
Okay. Do you tell your spouse everything? Spouse or significant other?
Guys, I feel a little on the spot. Mostly, yeah. I actually do. Do I believe everyone should? No. Everybody don't have that relationship.
I do think that there's a little piece of you that nobody knows. I think of everybody.
I believe if you're self-aware, absolutely. If you are if you really are self-aware and you know yourself, and there are some things that don't need to be shared.
Exactly.
I think that could.
It's like every thought that comes in your mind, you don't say.
Yes.
So it's kind of that same thing where you have this internal stuff going on that you don't really share with other people.
And you're processing it yourself.
And I'll tell you why. Y'all know you serial killer folks that love serial crimes and all that. Like that, serial killers every day.
Yeah.
What's
the first thing that people say?
The neighbors. He was a member of our church and so nice. To come over and all the things. So
that's true
to a lesser degree, but I think we all kind of have that.
And I think that
something in us that other people don't know.
I think it may veer in the lane of being dangerously codependent if you have to share every single detail, every single detail. But now big stuff, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we talked about this before. We had another episode about, the things that you need to talk about before you get married.
Oh, yeah.
Now, those big things like that, you do need to divulge.
I ate peanut butter for lunch, probably
and
not.
Debt and disease, STDs,
yes.
all those kinds of things.
Yes.
You need to have conversations about that. I've heard people talk about wanting to know a person's history, of who they were with and how many and all that kind of stuff. I don't really understand that. And I don't know why anyone would feel they need to divulge
If we're
that.
starting here, this is the clean slate. To me, that's digging up bones. And
right.
It's kind of like looking for trouble. You go looking for it, you're going to find it.
And then it's kind of the confessing thing. Who does it serve? Is it just kind of you're trying to
and what's the goal?
Ease either your conscience or you. I don't understand
what do you
that.
Get
but there are
that?
People that kind of do
like
that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's probably a good thing. I don't think that it benefits your partner at all.
No, I don't.
I don't know why anybody would want to know that. I guess there are some people that do.
Oh,
I would
certain.
Want to know.
I don't. Yeah.
But that's a thing. I think a little mystery's good.
I do too.
No, I do. Hence, separate bathrooms. Just FYI, that's what I think. If you can have separate bathrooms, that's a good thing.
I do not want that.
I just need some space.
I get in my prime annoying my husband time in the bathroom. That's when I annoy him. That's where I drive him crazy. But you know what? This speaks to our different seasons.
In my space.
But see, this speaks to our seasons because, I tell you, every time I talk to him, I'm like, Cedric and I were in the bathroom. We were talking about this.
Yeah.
That's our hiding space, guys. That's where we hide.
I know from little.
Well, and that's because we
close the door.
We close the door
because otherwise they're in there helping you use the
everything.
Bathroom. Yeah,
everything.
I do remember those days.
Yes, those little tiny hands under the door, those fingers.
Yeah, I just need some alone time. Bathroom is my space. I don't really want anybody in it. I love Whoopi, y'all. Whoopi Goldberg.
I do too.
And she was saying, I don't want other people in my house. She's kind of just I just want my space. I kind of get that.
And I just feel very, I guess, total vulnerable moment. I feel more guilty. It's different when people can see you versus when it's just the mic. The one thing I loved about COVID pandemic, present tense, past tense, however you want to label it, we used to host a lot. We would host game nights and movie nights and it was fun and I enjoyed it and I do enjoy hosting and I like cooking for people and it was fabulous. But then when everything shut down I gave birth in February of 2020. And within weeks, like before I went in for my checkup, everything was shut down.
Oh, that's right.
And so they actually came to me to do my checkup. Like, I was like, what? They're like, we have to check you. You just gave birth. But like, we have other women at birthing centers. So we have other women giving birth and we're just minimizing germs. Yes.
Safe.
So from that point on, I was like, the introvert in me, it was
a beautiful
orgasmic.
Thing.
I was like,
yes.
So I can stay home and it's normal.
Right.
And then Target introduced order pickup.
Oh, right.
It was like the Lord shined a light on me and I was like,
the heavens open.
That's
Hallelujah chorus.
I will never go back. I will never go back. And so I'm with Whoopi.
Yeah.
Like if not if. I mean, we're planning to purchase a home.
For me.
No. And when we purchase a home, you'll come over.
Yeah.
You know, but the whole like big housewarming.
I like parties and I like giving parties.
Still
sometimes. Well, I was a party planner. You know what? Yes. I like the process of it. I like,
you do.
Like setting a beautiful
this
table.
Is her jam.
I like, I don't like cooking anymore, but you can call folks to do that.
I enjoy cooking. We love festive kitchen.
But yes, we do.
We do love festive kitchen.
So, but you kind of get out of the habit of. But I am by nature an introvert, so it's not like I have to.
You don't need it.
I don't have to do it, but I do like my space, and I think mystery is a little mystery is good.
I agree.
I think so. I don't know if you have to tell every single. Yeah,
I think if every single thing is shared, you're not really learning I don't know. There's in order to discover things about a person, there has to be some mystery.
Well, you
right?
have to hold back.
You have to hold back a little bit.
Well, and the question too can pertain to BFFs.
Agreed.
Like telling your friends everything.
Yes.
Now,
do not recommend.
Yes.
1 star. Very ratchet. Don't recommend.
I told all my children this. When you fight with your spouse, I don't want to know about it.
Guys, this tickled me. When you told me this, after I had time to digest it, it made perfect sense.
So this is your friends too. So yes. you have a fight with your spouse, you're annoyed with them. Mm-hmm. Now, little things you can share, little snarky things maybe, but I feel like if you are having a real issue,
right,
you need to resolve it.
Yes. With the person you're having the issue with.
Because when you start sharing that,
yep,
your friends, your family, they're on your side. They're always on your side. They might like your spouse, but they're on your side.
Yes.
So they're going to feel some kind of way about what's going on, because they're on your side. Yes. They love you. He came along with you,
right?
Or
he's only here because you're here,
right? Or she came along with you, whatever the thing is. And you guys are going to have makeup sex and get over it,
and you're going to be great.
But the family and the friends are not having makeup sex.
They didn't get that same orgasm. So they're going to be upset,
right? And so we're still pissed off because he or she did whatever.
Right.
So don't do it. This is some advice.
A good example of that was Uncoupled. So we just talked about Uncoupled. It's on Netflix. It has Neil Patrick Harris or
we love
Doogie Howser, which I love Neil Patrick Harris.
I do too.
He loves Halloween so and
he's got
he always does the super cute costumes.
They have cute twins.
Yes.
Twins.
Yes. But on Uncoupled, he had a long-term partner. Was it 17? 14 something like years that. A long or 17
time.
Very long time. And spoiler alert, they become uncoupled, right? It's in the title. Well, getting to the point of it, when you have been together 10 plus years, the friend pot has really melted. I mean, at this point, it's almost a homogeneous mixture.
And who gets the friends?
And who gets, yes,
it's kind of like the dog.
It's like the dog. Who gets the dog? Who gets the friends? And that was the
Cheryl
thing.
Burke and her ex-husband are fighting over this dog. Did y'all hear
They
that?
are having
But she said it was her dog. So if it was her dog, it's her dog.
It's her dog. But I did see that. I saw that and I was like, Lord.
Okay. So this is kind of like that. But the friends. Y'all fighting over the friends.
Yes. And it was the same thing. So the friend, Tisha Campbell, is his partner at work, Neil Patrick Harris's partner and friend. And it puts them in a really horrible predicament where it's like,
because some of their gravy spills on the other plate.
person's plate. And I'm
on
always
both
telling
plates.
y'all, a little bit of your gravy runs all over my plate,
that's
honey.
the problem. So and it's hard to get the gravy off.
So when you share with friends, you are running that risk.
Yes.
And you know what? When you share, it's kind of like a Yelp review or a Google review. When you share, it's usually you're at the height of your emotions.
Yes.
Because you either share when it's blissful and, oh my God, he did this.
Wonderful.
I can't believe
She's
it.
Wonderful.
Or this son of a dog did this. And I cannot believe it. You're sharing in those most like kind of volatile moments. And you're usually looking for someone to validate you. That's the other danger.
Yes.
You're looking for validation.
I agree with that.
So your friend or your family member, they're going to validate you because they're your friend. They're your family member.
Right.
I mean, unless you're just dead wrong. But in most cases, they're going to side with you. And it's hard for them to flip that switch back to, I like this person.
Can't, because you feel just a certain way about it.
Don't air dirty draws. Yeah. That's just what it is.
And if you're having like really like serious, like might break up issues, don't share before a decision is made. Because I have seen couples go through stuff and then stuff is divulged and the friends know about what's going on and then they decide to stay together and there you go.
And now your friends don't want anything to do with this
stuff
person.
is out in the and that's like not a good
and now
situation.
They're being judged. I mean, 5 years, 10 years later.
Make the decision.
And stick with it.
And either way, like, you know, I don't care. Stay with them or don't.
Right.
But make the decision. And then once you make the decision, if you stay, just be quiet.
Yes. Or you know what? If you stay, let me tell you, thrift therapy is real. Go to the thrift store. Yes, I'm serious. Find the old lady that goes there every Tuesday for the 25-cent sale. Tell her your whole life story. She is going to listen to you. My mom does this. This is my mom's. Spoiler alert. If you want some 80-year-old wisdom, this is what my mom does.
Catch her at the thrift store.
This for real. Because she sometimes will be the recipient.
Well, you don't get to be old being no fool.
So. And she told me, she said, when I really get upset, I mean, really, somebody, like I could just leave all of y'all. I just go to the thrift store. And there's somebody there. And we just we just get to talking. 2 hours later, it's like a therapy session. I feel good.
Leave, you're unburdened.
And
nobody knows.
Yes. And, you know, you've exchanged with this person. So they've told you, oh, my grandson is a bum. Oh, my husband did that. Get it all out. And then there's no impact. This person doesn't know you. Right. They don't know your spouse, your kids, your whomever. It's been working for my mom for years. There is.
When you divulge that kind of thing.
Yes.
So that swings for BFFs too. So
it does.
Even though it is your BFF, there's probably some things that you need to hold back.
And you know, I've gotten in the habit of asking people this, and I think it's a great practice. I ask people, do you have the capacity for this? Sometimes people...
Or can I vent a little bit?
Can I vent a little bit? Because I've had people tell... And I'm like, you know what? I'm actually just on the brink myself of crying in the shower with a pint of ice cream. So
I got my own stuff to deal with.
I am so sorry, but I can't do it right now. And you know what? I can say all of my friends respect that. But it goes both ways. Hey, do you have the capacity for this?
No bandwidth.
And that's why I love that you were like, you told your kids, like, don't tell me because y'all gonna kiss.
When they got married, I told them, like, I don't want to hear it because you're just gonna feel a certain way. And I'm always on your side.
Christmas and Thanksgiving, you're gonna be sitting there like,
right. Even when they're wrong, it's your kid. You're not gonna choose.
You're gonna check them, but you're not gonna choose the spouse over them.
Yeah. Yes. And hopefully. They haven't done it, but hopefully I like to think that I'm wise enough that I'd say, well, like my mom used to always say, there's 3 sides to every story: his side, her side, and the truth.
Yes.
And that's
a fact.
Because, you know, it's all about perception.
It is about perception.
One person sees it one way, the other person sees it another way. And then if you are on the outside looking in, you see it totally different. Like I'm going to tell you what went on because I saw it.
Because as a fly on the wall, you missed all of this. And you're like, so what?
That's kind of it. I hope I would be wise enough with my kids or with a friend to say, you might want to revisit that a little bit because that doesn't sound quite right. You know,
I'm from experience with you. You are. Now I will say, you're going to take my side. But then you do double back gently and check me on little things. Well, Natasha, and I'm like,
you thought about.
Sound like you're switching to Cedric's team a little bit. But I mean, like you said, but sometimes with your kids, I don't know that you can.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, my son comes to the car. He's 2, pretty well potty trained. And he's not wearing the pants he went to school in, right? He's wearing these little Jurassic Park shorts. And I'm like, those are pee-pee pants. That's the change. And I said, what happened? I was in timeout. Why were you in timeout, baby? Because he ended up having an accident standing in timeout. I said, why were you in timeout? I threw wood chips. Okay, why'd you throw wood? Again, guys, 2. He's 2, so you have to dig a little. Why'd you throw wood chips? Or who'd you throw them at? Oh, at Wyatt. Who's Wyatt? He bit. I said, why did you throw him? He bit me. Well,
Wyatt needed chips.
Listen,
chips thrown at
but
him,
I should not have told that to my child. And I'm telling him, like, oh, so Wyatt bit you. So next time Wyatt bites you, I want you to take Wyatt's face, push his face away, and tell him, don't bite me. Should I have done that, guys? No. It's my child. So I'm on his side.
Yeah.
As someone who is a former child care director and 2-year-old teacher, I should not have told him to push this kid in the face.
Yeah.
But this just proves he's my kid. So my first thought was, push him in the face.
We hate Wyatt. That was our first thought, right?
And tell him, period.
Yeah, we hate
Now,
Wyatt.
listen, what my son probably didn't tell me is that he bashed Wyatt over the head for a tractor or a truck, right? Missed that whole part. All I got was he bit me, I threw wood chips, push him in the face. You see, guys, this is what happens when you go to your friends.
With grown-ups.
You didn't tell them the whole story. You told them the part that they'll validate or the part that pissed you off, and you left. Yeah. You left the whole other part completely out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I don't know. The person, we had a viewer.
Yes.
Or listener.
Yes. A listener.
Give us this topic as a suggestion.
Shout out to Larry.
And I wonder, I was thinking about it. You're wondering what they are withholding. Like, because they're kind of fishing a little bit. Like,
so what aren't you telling?
Yeah. So, I thought about this and I thought, some people have mad money. My aunt used to call it ass money.
Yes.
So when the Joker shows his ass, you got some money.
A little money.
So
I love this term.
And so I don't mind that, and I don't think you have to share that.
Right. Because if you don't show your ass, I don't have to use it.
Right, right.
Spoiler alert.
So that might be something that people, should I tell? Should I not tell? Like you have a little stash.
Oh, that's a good, okay.
Is that something that is unethical not to divulge?
I look at that like a prenup. And maybe I'm
But
you can
have it before, though. I mean, during.
Well, but I liken it to kind of the same thing, meaning I would only have to use this if you act a fool. So if you don't act a fool, I don't have to use it. So
it doesn't kick it into gear.
It doesn't kick into gear. That's what activates it, is you acting a fool.
Okay, that's true.
Now, maybe that's just me justifying.
I don't know. I mean, it kind of like I don't think you have to divulge it. I mean, I think that's fine. But I do see where people sometimes, it depends on how you do your money. Every couple's different. Some people, everything's together. Some people have, he has some, she has some, then they have some together. Some people, everything's separate.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of depends on how you roll with how you feel like.
I still go back to what you said. Like, who does this benefit, though? I mean, maybe in this very specific thing,
it depends on where you are financially,
right? Which is money,
and where each partner is, because sometimes one partner makes exponentially more
than the other
partner. It depends on what your financial goals are. You might be trying to buy a house or buy a new car or something.
But this kind of goes back to, like
and then
you said,
kind of like, ooh, I don't know.
Well, it does go back to our previous episode about what do you discuss before you even get to this point. Before this is a spouse or a partner, you hopefully have discussed this. This has already been a discussion.
Right.
Like, okay, my very random, very weird, kind of weird, I guess, secret thing. I love romance novels. No one would guess this about me. No one ever would guess that I love romance novels. I specifically love ratchet romance novels. I like if there's
don't get twisted.
If there's no
no highbrow, we want ratchet all the way. Ratchet
all the way.
Okay.
I don't want any Christian novels. No, thank you.
Yes.
I love the Lord. That's not what I want.
You want to leave nothing to the imagination.
Yeah, take me straight to Song of Solomon.
Right.
Okay. Just take me straight there. Just
spell it out for me.
Spell it out for me. In detail. Love them. I think my own husband was shocked because he was like, how many books have you read this year? I was like, 23. He was like, 23 books. I was like, yeah, is that like he's like, you just started it. So you just started in May. I'm like, okay.
Sound like Kennedy.
Well, now Kennedy can outread me all day. But again, like, was there any benefit to him knowing that I like romance novels? Like, no. Like, there was no benefit.
But there's no fallout either, though. I think that's the question.
I see what you're saying.
Because some of it's not the secret, it's the fallout from the secret. So if they found out this secret, would they be hurt? Would they be disappointed? Would they be affected
betrayed
in some way?
Okay.
You know. So I think that's kind of what they're asking.
Spoiler alert.
Because
spoiler alert.
I mean,
if they would feel betrayed, hurt, any of that stuff, then you knew damn well you shouldn't have told them. There's your answer.
Well, if they feel betrayed, hurt, whatever, you shouldn't have done whatever the secret is.
That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't have done what it was.
We're like a couple steps away from the problem.
We're past that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. We're past that.
I don't know. I just think separate bathrooms, you need some mystery.
You do need some mystery.
And you need some ass money.
And you need
those are my three.
You do.
And don't tell your friends and family your business. Unless,
no, do not do this.
Now, there's an exception to that.
Like safety?
Well, there are some people who are very pro-relationship, pro-marriage, that you could tell that are the voice of reason. You know, there's some people that are really like you can work it out. And they're just really those kind of people.
Yes.
Those people you can tell because they're not going to say, just leave. You know, there's some, you have some friends like, just leave his ass.
And some folks
he can leave his
and some of those
underwear on the floor.
Vultures.
And they will, I'm out.
Yeah.
So,
and some of those are vultures. Some of that's misery loves company.
Yeah.
Some of that is
for sure. It
didn't work for me, so I work for you. And some of them are vultures. No.
But if you have, and usually it's long married people that have been through a lot of stuff, and they'll be like, "No, I think you can do this. You can work it out." And they try to help you.
They've been through some real stuff, so you're like, "Baby,
process
this ain't even
nothing surprises them." Yes. You know, so maybe get a confidant like that. Maybe one that's not even so close to you. You know, you just know that they are just a good counselor, and you can kind of go with them to, with some stuff. Yeah, and
I agree.
It's in safekeeping. You will get some wise counsel.
Yes,
but just your average best friend, family,
don't do it.
Don't do it. Tell.
And you know what?
Don't tell.
I'm gonna say this, and this is because the same listener who suggested this. We had a conversation on the flip side of this many years ago, probably 5-6 years ago. This person I used to work together actually, and that's how we knew each other. We haven't worked together in many, many years, but we talked about being mindful of sharing all of the highlights of your life. And I learned that the hard way. Yeah. I learned that the hard way at that time. And I was just like, I don't understand.
Everybody's not rooting for you.
Yes. And I remember I was talking, there's a group of us, and I have mentioned Markels before on the podcast. Markels and I worked together at that time. So this was a coworker we had. And I was just like on the verge of tears. I ended up just boohoo crying. I'm like, but I always cheer for people. I'm always rooting for people. And why would they do this? And the person Larry, which is who presented this question, he was like, everyone is not cheering for you. And that's why you can't tell everything to everybody. Yes. And I really learned that the hard way. And my mom used to tell me, she said, don't share if it's too good and don't share if it's too bad. She said, if your husband is always, well, what she said, we're not going to say on the show. So, and recrafting what my mom said was, if he just does it all for you, foot rubs, back rubs, changes the kids, walks the dog, mows the lawn, never complains. She was like, baby, there are some vultures that will swoop in.
Clean up ladies.
That's it. That's it. And so my mom always told me, like,
you don't want
to share every single thing. Yeah. And I know that sounds sad and that sounds bad, but I would actually say this. You have to sometimes learn to be with yourself a bit. And so some of that not sharing. Yes, know your tribe. Yeah. Like you said.
Know your significant other.
Yes. Know your tribe.
And what you can say and what you can't, and what you can share and what you can't.
Yes.
And know your tribe. Yes. And have people that are really down for you.
Yes.
If they're...
Yes. Vet them
there
first.
There are different stages of friendship.
Yes.
Now,
that's
come
what I was
on.
Now, you're good about that.
There are friendly acquaintances. Yes. I have a lot of those.
Yes.
Friendly acquaintances. Yes. You can kick it at a party. You can sit together.
Get along great.
Am I going to call you with my...
deepest problems?
Yes. No. I'm not. I'm not. You have a few ride or dies where and you might not talk to them a lot. I have a friend that lives in New York, and she calls me usually. She's better at it than me. I'm terrible. But we were roommates in college. I could call her today and say, Stephanie, I need, and fill in the blank. And she would be on it.
Yeah.
There's so few friends like that.
Right.
There are very few friends like that. She cheers your victories and cries with you.
Right.
And, just a ride or die.
Yes.
You really have to, identify the categories of your friends.
Yes.
And in your friendships and where you are on that.
And you
and know what you can tell and what you can't.
Right.
And sad to say, spouses too. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and you talked about this. Some friends are for shopping. Some friends are for crafting.
Yeah.
And you have to gauge that.
Yeah.
There are some people, they're there for the highlights. Like they're there for the Instagram stories of your life. But they are not who you want if the doctor called you and said you need to come in and get this checked.
Yeah.
That's just not what they're good at. That's not their role. And you've spoke about that before, and it's so true. Like, if you're going to go shopping, don't take me.
Right.
Don't.
Well, I have friends like that that I love dearly. Yes. That we have nothing in common.
Yes.
Our
now, if you're going
camping,
Lisa, if you've changed your mind and we're going to go camping,
so you need a friend that does those things.
Those things.
Yeah.
But I feel the same in relationships. Some people are just doom and gloom about all relationships. Maybe don't vent to them. Right. Yes, they're going to validate you. And that's where you have to know yourself. What are you looking for?
Sometimes you don't need to be validated. Sometimes you need to be checked.
Yes, that's it. Sometimes you need
spouses,
to be checked.
As much as you love a spouse or a significant other, I don't think that one person, no matter how great that person is, can be everything for you and to you.
They can't.
So that's, don't put that burden on someone.
Yes. Because that's a lot.
And that could be a thing. Maybe if you need to talk, maybe that's what a BFF is for. Maybe don't burden a spouse with some stuff. I don't know.
I agree. I mean, there's some things that I tell you because I'm like,
are they interested? Are they, is it a thing? Like, PMS and menopause and period stuff.
Yes.
Like, they'll listen. Can they understand? Not really. Do they want to hear it? Probably not. Your BFF would be better.
Would be fine.
That's a better, fit.
That's just
call and say,
gosh, I'm having
like, work.
Lisa, I gave birth and you told me this and this worked. I mean, I can tell Cedric and he's excited for me. Like, but his thing is, I'm glad Lisa told you that. It's not like, yeah, babe, that
tell
really
me
worked.
more. Tell me more. Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Yeah. So
he's not going to say that.
You have to use judgment all around with this, I think.
Yes.
And wise counsel. But if you don't take anything from this today, is keep your business to yourself. With some of that.
Sleep
just don't
around your own front porch. That's it. So and you can't share everything with everybody. You just
happy.
Can't.
Sorry.
I agree. Well, this is so different, guys. Like I keep thinking, I'm like, my water cup, my snacks, like all the stuff we have. I even, how you grab your phone as like your emotional crutch. I was like, my phone, I usually hold it while we're recording.
I need something.
It's so weird.
Up next, our picks for the sexiest man alive this week. But first, a message from our sponsor, BetterHelp.
During hard times, it can get really difficult if you don't have anyone to talk to. Being alone with your thoughts can be an isolating feeling that can allow negativity to consume you.
This is why we are sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours.
Then you schedule secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime.
Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. So many people use BetterHelp that they are currently recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states.
Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee. That's betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee.
Okay. I don't feel as prepared, guys.
Okay, usual. I'm robbing the cradle today.
Are you? I'm glad you're ready. I'm on the spot with the camera.
This kid is so young.
Not kid.
He's an adult. I wouldn't go to jail, but
But you don't go below like 49.
Oh, baby. This one is real young.
What?
But I follow him on Instagram. I think he's so cute, and he cooks. What is it with you and this cooking? He's not, I don't think he's a chef.
He's young and he cooks.
But he's cook. Okay, it's newlywed Brooklyn Beckham. He is David Beckham's and Victoria Beckham's son.
Yes.
He's very young, y'all. I think he's like 22 or something. Like he's almost an infant. He's really young, but he's so cute. He's adorable. He married Nicola,
and they have an age gap. Don't they?
They're like 5, maybe.
Okay,
5
so
years.
not anything
not
big.
Huge. They had a big, lavish, gorgeous wedding.
Oh my gosh.
She's beautiful. They are enamored, newlywed, love,
bliss,
which is so lovely to see. Mm-hmm. And he cooks. Now, I don't know if it's just a hobby. Is this something that he wants to turn into a career?
Like an aspiring? I don't know.
I'm not sure. But he does little videos.
Guys, I'm shocked.
On his Instagram and does that. What I love about him and them, I love them together. I just think, I don't know if it's first love. He dated some other people. But at his age, I don't know if that counted or not.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I just love that whole first love thing and that they're together. And, it's so strong. I mean, they're just in
it's
it.
Like magnetic.
They are in it. And
yes.
It's just so darling to see.
Okay.
And he is really sweet to her. And I just wish them all the feels,
success.
All the success.
All the love.
I hope they make it to the finish line.
Yes.
I really do.
But you messed me up.
But what is so
22
intriguing, because they are both young, because even I think she might be 25, 26 or something, but they're both young. That they chose to make that commitment, because many people are not.
True.
And it's not like there's any. They're so young. You've got time.
There's no real societal pressure to do it anymore.
Anything. And that they chose to be with each other and to marry. Yeah. And I think that's wonderful.
And I do. I hope they make it.
I'm rooting for love.
Happily, they make it for many years. I agree. I shocked myself. My dress off.
Y'all.
Normally
it's a couple love. It's like I love the couple.
Okay, so like them together.
It's kind of
Is this like your Jennifer and Ben thing? Because you love them together.
I do. Yeah. So it's not really like
just
know what
him.
I mean.
Yeah, it's the how
It's
into
the
it
whole
they
thing.
are. Okay,
because
that's fair.
Yeah,
but usually,
guys, I got to
guys,
pick a guy, so it's him.
this is usually when I think. But I was so shocked the whole time. I was like,
because he's so young. Y'all.
That for you,
so
that's like you choosing
he's
like
young for
a baby.
Like
that's young for me.
He's younger than all my kids. Every single.
He's younger
kid.
than your youngest kid.
Yeah,
he's so young. I don't know that
Kennedy would pick him. Right?
That's all.
Sad,
when you said it, I was like, I'm sorry, what? Because you said cooks. Cougar. I'm like, she hasn't mentioned anyone else cooking to me.
I know. I don't think
Cougar. I know who I'm going to pick.
Who?
I don't know his name, but you do.
Oh, what?
Okay. What was this? You had me watch it. Cedric and I watched it. He was a gigolo, and he was so cute, and he was so into her.
Gigolo. Ooh.
He was a sex worker. Remember? You had me watch it.
I picked him a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah, but we'll have it. Yeah.
Oh,
what's his name? Simon something? From
With Love.
Good Luck Leo
Grand.
Good Luck Leo Grand. Yes. So the guy from that.
Now,
and I
think he's really young for me.
Oh, I don't think he's that young. Is he?
He's not my age. He's not.
You don't think? You think he's 30?
No.
No,
probably
really?
28.
I don't think so. I think he could be 30.
30?
I think.
That makes me not a cradle robber.
Yeah, no. I think he's in the range.
I don't know what word you said that made me think of that. Cougar. You said cougar, and it made me think of it.
He is.
And I was
adorable.
Okay, he is, and it was something. Oh, wait, there was something about that role. Because I had seen him before, and he didn't give me those vibes.
Yes, because he's in Peaky Blinders, and he's been in a few things.
No, I think he's probably closer to like 29.
Do you really think?
I do.
But that's 29 is in your range,
ma'am.
You don't think so?
No, absolutely not.
I don't think that's bad.
I'm not spinning the clock back 10
but
years.
What made him? Well, his character, but
I loved his character.
Really
so I guess I'm in love with Leo Grant
because after when you see the movie, you don't mind the age difference.
You don't, and at first I was like,
"What?"
I
see that because you know how I feel about that. Like that is not my.
I couldn't
jam.
believe you recommended it,
but I was like, "Okay."
By the way, guy, I do give that
this.
movie 2 thumbs up.
You have to watch.
Was that on Hulu?
It is on Hulu.
That was on Hulu. Okay.
Yes. With
and
Emma
I really loved it.
Thompson, who we love too, who is my age.
And she
Leo
killed
Grant,
it.
Both of them.
They did.
It was so
It was believable.
And like I said, I was so
I did love it.
I didn't mind the age. I got it.
But
so
he is my sexiest man alive.
I saw them in person, I would root for them.
And we're both going for 20 something.
Right? We are just
what is happening?
I don't know.
And he's not tatted up, nor is he a musician.
No, he's so pretty.
What is
he's a little
he's
almost too pretty.
He's almost
yes. I want to be the pretty one.
He veers into the reggae pretty. And you know that's not my
jam
I think I'm
it's not that it's not my jam. It's just that I want to be the pretty one.
Yes.
And it kind of offends me when the guy's prettier than me. Not that I don't like it. I like
your
it.
skin is flawless, mine is not. Your hair is flawless.
Who doesn't like it?
Not.
But it's like I want to be the pretty one. Don't you?
I do. I'm still shocked by your pick, to be honest.
I know.
When you said it, I was like, "You mean Victoria and David Beckham?
Their child." But wait, this is a sad David Beckham. I would be robbing the cradle. Okay,
would you?
And then you go to the son. Like, what is the problem here?
It's like that Jada situation with entanglement.
Like, too much. That's too much. But
wait, how old is David Beckham?
When you say in their 40s, late 40s.
Let me think.
I would say late. I would say late 40s. I'd say late 40s.
Gosh.
Which is too young.
So I guess that's younger than
it's
you
their
usually
son,
go.
Y'all. Their son. But you know, that speaks to their wonderful relationship, that he saw something that marriage is important.
I agree.
And worth doing. I agree. And I love that.
Especially.
So good job, David and Victoria.
Especially as someone young. Yeah, I can see that.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, no, because you're right. You normally don't go under 49. No. And I don't. He's probably pushing 49.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
We're going to
But I'm thinking too young.
I'm over my shock, guys.
Yeah, get it together, Natasha.
It's a little different.
I stepped out of my comfort zone. Way out. Way out.
I was like, I'm sorry, who? Yeah, that threw me off.
I know.
It's so different to tell you guys, but thank you all for pulling up a chair and joining us for coffee.
And watching us.
Yes, and watching us.
Yes.
This is our first video, isn't it?
I think so.
I think this is the first time ever. This is
This.
crazy.
Might not do it again. This might be a one and done, but
feeling cute, might delete later.
Yes, right.
Well, please be sure to subscribe to Are You Free for Coffee wherever you're watching us or listening to us. If you want to see any of our videos, our podcast, or get more information on Pink, which is our women's connect group, you can get that at our website, which is areyoufreeforcoffee.com. We hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time.
Part of the Boundless Audio Podcast Network.